Before the Grand Temple of Athens and the lifelike sculptures of gods and heroes, ancient Greece went through a period of rediscovery, a time when artists expressed their world through lines, shapes, and patterns. This was the geometric period, where creativity began to shift towards something new. Using repeating motifs and bold designs, artists found a way to tell the stories of life, death, and heroism. Each vase and bronze figure wasn't just decoration, it was a reflection of society finding its rhythm again, one precise line at a time. So to learn more, keep on watching. Around 1200 BCE, the powerful Mycenaean civilization that had once dominated the Greek mainland began to collapse. For centuries, the Mycenaeans had built massive palaces, developed a writing system known as Linear B, and traded across the Mediterranean. But a combination of factors, including natural disasters, internal conflicts, shifting trade routes, and invasion by outside groups, often referred to as the quote, Sea Peoples, brought their world to an end. In the aftermath, Greece entered what historians call the Dark Ages. Large urban centers were abandoned, literacy disappeared, and the monumental art and architecture of the palatial era faded away. Communities became small, rural, and self-sufficient, connected mainly through oral tradition and shared cultural memories. Yet even in this period of decline, the foundations of renewal were quietly forming. As centuries passed, local artisans began experimenting again, first with simple pottery designs, then with more intricate patterns and figures. Trade slowly resumed, and contact with other cultures reintroduced new ideas. By the 9th century BCE, Greece was beginning to emerge from the shadows, and this resurgence took visual form in now what we call the geometric period, an artistic language built from lines ordered and a rekindled sense of identity. Now that we've established some background information, it's time to look at the art from this period, the first inklings of creativity coming back to Greece. One of the most famous examples is this terracotta crater. This vessel was used for mixing wine and water and was likely used in a funerary capacity. It's attributed to the late geometric 1 phase and the so-called Hirschfeld painter or his workshop, and it stands as a striking testament to how art, ritual, and memory merged in early Greece. Standing at a height of 108.3 centimeters or 42 5/8 inches and a diameter of 72.4 centimeters or 28.5 inches, this crater would have dominated the grave it was designed for. The crater has two thick sections called registers that depict narrative scenes. There are several smaller registers that are either color blocked in black or featured a repeating geometric design. The first register features the funeral scene, likely of the man whose grave this crater was meant for. He is easy to pick out from the procession as he is placed horizontally, maybe even on a funeral pyre. A large crowd is there to pay their respects, their arms raised in mourning. The second scene shows a military one, complete with horses and soldiers. Art historians believe these details were added to honor the military exploits of the deceased. Notice how all the details of this piece are built out of geometric shapes, primarily triangles. The human form isn't fully realized, but yet the viewer can still recognize them as human, and we can even recognize their emotions as one of grief. This figural group is a rare surviving example of geometric Greek sculpture. Dating to around 750 BCE, it depicts a man in battle with a centaur. Art historians attribute it to the Laconian geometric workshop in Olympia, and it's an absolutely remarkable piece. The two figures are locked in combat, with a weapon protruding out of the side of the centaur. Most scholars agree this is meant to show the story of the brawl between Hercules and the centaur Nasus in the middle of the Uranus River, represented by the small bronze piece with holes under the centaur's feet. The two are locked in battle because the centaur tried to assault Hercules' wife. Again, like the crater we previously discussed, we can see how the two figures are not naturalistic, but instead built of different shapes. But despite this lack of naturalism, we can get a sense of the tense battle between man and centaur. It captures the myth beautifully. However, the true purpose of this piece isn't known, but it might have been used as an altar decoration or stand. The Greek geometric period often gets pushed to the side in favor of the more popular classical and Hellenistic art periods. But it surely deserves its place in the canon, because it's more than just art. It's about finding the space for creativity, for myth, for humanity, after the Dark Ages. These pieces are records of the everlasting human spirit and our desire to leave a piece of ourselves behind.